When teams reach this point of the season, it gives them the opportunity to evaluate where things stand or how they're performing. For the Yankees, so far, so good. When he met the media earlier today, skipper Boone was asked how he feels about his team halfway through the season.
As I kind of always give you, incomplete. We got a long way to go. We've done some really good things this first half. We've hit our bumps in the road too along the way. I sit here very convicted that we have a really good club with tremendous capabilities, but we got to go realize that potential. And we've put ourselves in a pretty good spot here and through this first half with some of the ups and downs. And now we get to go hopefully make it happen here the rest of the way in the second half and become the team we ultimately want to be. So incomplete, but I feel confident that we have the chance to be a really good club.
Understanding that it's incomplete, is there anything that stands out where you guys need to do better?
I mean, you kind of obsessed with trying to do better in everything. I mean, that's a little bit of a boring answer, but you're always trying to get individuals better. You're trying to, be better as a team in everything that you do, and that's kind of what the work is you put in and day out.
Right.
Kind of following up on Brenda's question, is there anything right now as far as kind of the feel of the group, the identity of the group, that you'd say, hey, even though everything's still unfolding, 81 games in, I know this about this group?
I've been really pleased with how the starting pitching's rounded into form, especially leaving spring training. We left with a lot of question marks around there with two major injuries happen and from our rotation, and the rotation has really stepped up and been really consistent group for us. I feel like our position player group is excellent. A lot of balance. We got left-right balance. I feel like we have good athleticism throughout. Obviously we got a little bit of a log jam with some starters that aren't in there every day just because of that good problem to have of having a lot of good players. So, and then I feel like our bullpen has been mostly solid, and I think still has a chance to be an excellent group. But all those things we got to continue to improve on. I feel like we have a chance to be a really good defensive club. We got to continue to improve on those things, though.
And then with Warren, what kind of have you seen last couple of starts and just his continued evolution and maturation?
Yeah, I mean, it's been exciting. Seeing him continue to gain experience and confidence with that. He's handled his successes well. He's handled his bumps in the road well. He's had a couple really tough outings that he's really bounced back well from. But for the most part, I think we're seeing a guy really mature in front of our eyes, be really confident with his stuff and his ability to knowing that he can live in the strike zone with his stuff. I'm really pleased with kind of his four-seam, two-seam combination fastball that's, really shown to be a dynamic combination that he's really starting to get a handle on how to use.
Aaron, you talk about that log jam that you have for some of your players. There are some guys who are former MVPs. What does it say about this team and the way they've come together, the fact that those guys have handled the situation the way they have?
Yeah, says a lot. They want to win, and, they know it's going to take everybody. And, that doesn't mean always the most perfect situation for every individual, because everyone obviously wants to be in there every day. And for the most part, they've been able to be in there most days and stay regular and keep, so guys are able to remain sharp. But I think, one thing that has been evident from that group, really from spring training and now, just, watching these guys in their pregame meetings and hitters meetings and things like that, is they're a close group and they just want to win. And, understand that, there's roles that come with that sometimes when you're on a quality club.